yeah, Cambodia wants to go fast-paced and there's early. But then again, if you don't make this lineup work, that's just too much scaling for their side, and they're pretty much very vulnerable at this point too. I would say three of their heroes are very squishy here.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried about Cambodia's lineup when that Joy was locked in, just because, again, yeah, you can do some decent damage, but you're going to have to get through this, and I think you're going to have a very difficult time contesting objectives because you either have to grab someone with the traction pulse or you're almost forcing the Kalea to be the one to start it up. Every single time we've seen Kalea successful, it's when a Kalea doesn't have to be the one initiating
Yeah.
those fights all the time, burning the flicker to get the Tsunami Slam off. The most successful Kaleas are well-rounded and complemented by the XP lane. That's why this last pick is so
Lapu?
crucial. I would say Lapu Lapu would
Lapu?
be great, especially if you can work with that space to be gained there. But again, you're going against a glue, so this is a tough decision for Cambodia, and they're going to go Phoveus.
Ah.
So still serves a purpose. It also helps you to deal with the Harith a little bit here, and even the YSS to an extent. But I'm still, like, even with the Phoveus being locked in, I'm still worried a little bit about Cambodia's
Okay.
lineup because, you know, unless they can get a start. This is one of those things where it's like if you can start early with a Joy and kind of scale up just like a YSS would, then you should be able to snowball yourself for Cambodia, and then you can rely on the Granger later on. I just think the overall profile of Malaysia's lineup is better throughout the entirety of the game, whereas Cambodia is definitely going to be playing around the catch of a Kalea, like catch them with the Tsunami Slam or maybe the Traction Pulse to help that happen.
Yeah, or the flicker combo of the Phoveus to get that Infernal Pursuit started up. So that's
Yeah.
also one way to engage. Nonetheless, the Kimi here from the side of Cambodia can also go aggressive with the pokes. But the thing is, the lineup here also of Cambodia is punishable here by the side of Malaysia. There's so many ways to punish. You got the glue to kind of disrupt your formation. Then you also have the Garot Kacha with the AOG that has such a tremendously high win rate here in IESF. So let's see. We're heading into the first match here of our last match, our last BO3 for the day. It's Cambodia versus Malaysia, both on a win streak. Let's see who will draw the first blood here.
Okay, jumping in, I think we always have to go ahead and look at the first rotations. You can see what the idea is going to be here, especially for Cambodia. Taking a look at the emblems as well. Let me see, nothing too crazy. Got to pull yourself together here for Yui. She's going to be working with that. Tenacity
Okay.
too, a little bit vitality actually.
Yeah.
Mid lane, I mean, they're right now Cambodia's doing pretty good. Just kind of honing down on Hanny, so this is what the Kimmy does so well in the early game.
Mhm. Yeah, I was gonna point out also the choice of emblem here of Sha. She actually went for the basic common emblem on the glue. I know some players would actually opt for a different emblem. So with the basic common emblem, it's much better to stack up on your mana, and this is exactly the reason why she is a little bit ahead. You can poke the heck out of this Phoveus, especially when it hasn't reached that level 4 power spike yet. You can just keep on doing this and get that good rotate on the bottom side. And then again, this was the thing for Malaysia. They really prioritize the rotation towards the XP, make sure that it wins. They rack up all of those turtles, and then eventually their gold laner gets the farm, get the gold for the entire team. Malaysia starting up the turtle already at 1 HP. I think this should be them containing this, taking this without any contest at all. For Cambodia, not unless they want to go in.
Okay, jumping on in. Oh, Rena's already gone. Cambodia fighting, looking for Yuki. Should be able to get a kill here too. Yuki, even with a passive, won't be able to withstand it. Lane picks up a kill. Now, oh, Sha has to flicker out, but she's going to be chased down too. She does get away though, but Cambodia getting the 2 kills. They traded it for that turtle, but they might be able to get more here. Fighting forward, and it looks like a flicker out too. They still want to take this buff, and they do.
Wow. I mean, Cambodia, this is exactly what they want to do with this kind of lineup, right? Like make sure that they win this early and give Rina like a bit more pressure in the early stages of the game. I mean, you wouldn't want to use Shin to scale up pretty fast. I guess that was such a good, that was very good timing as well coming out from Tagami, going for the electrifying beats when Malaysia thought that she was just probably somewhere else around the map farming, and it just went in their favor. And I guess this is the time where you need to take these high risks with the lineup of Malaysia that's a bit more balanced out. I don't think Shah's gonna be able to survive that one. Two members down bot, so they also do know where to go and rotate here for the side of Cambodia. Aggression after aggression, mid lane, jungle, and even on the XP lane.
Okay. Wow, mid lane too. Tsunami Slam going to be used, but the Purify is out as I expected when that play came up. You'd see two Purifies here for the side of Malaysia, which is fine because they're going to need them. Now for Cambodia, with this little bit of a lead that they have, they should be able to get scale into it. The big thing is that Moshi got those 2 kills on the Fovius, so anytime we see the XP laners get that advantage, that actually plays into the objective taking really well, because now XP laners, they really serve this purpose of to alleviate some of the pressure from the roamers, and that's what we see here. So expect Moshi to be that big front line here for Cambodia as they walk into the second turtle.
3 kills already for the side of Cambodia. They want to snowball, but I think in this part of the world, fireball with this lineup. But again, they're gonna go all the way in. They're setting up the place here for their side as the Infernal Pursuit is started up here by Moshi.
Whoa. Oh, hold on, they're gonna get locked down. Yui gone. The Mountain Shocker still fighting for the second turtle. Shah has to flicker out too. Yuki though, popping the Revitalize, and there's Moshi, like I was saying, just dunking with the Infernal Pursuit. She'll get stopped in her tracks though when Yuki finally goes down. Sean gonna be next. Moshi still there. Has a little bit of sustainability to work with, but still holding him off the second turtle. This is why I was saying a double kill early on was so good for Moshi. Now she's got 3 turtles secured for Cambodia. Moshi alone just zoned out multiple members of Malaysia.
Yeah, you want action? There's definitely a whole lot of action here. Papang forced to pop in the Zaman force there up top. That would have been a pick off there for the side of Cambodia. They really are very strong in the early game. I think this, you guys probably have witnessed this in the first day of IESF, but right now they're just putting their just making sure that they steamroll with this kind of lineup. I think for Malaysia, they're just pretty much reacting to what Cambodia is putting out right now. Papao might get sandwiched here on the lane. Moshi.
Yeah, she's gonna need help too. Yuki is luckily there, Shah as well. They might be able to save this turret. Hanny rotating up too. So it looks like Malaysia's gonna make the play to just go ahead and put pressure elsewhere on the map if they can. You see both junglers hanging out on the bottom side. But right now, it's Cambodia with this lead, with this advantage, this little bit of a momentum that they can work with. So if we look at this, you know, scaling wise, where does that time for Malaysia come into this? So a lot of it, once again, is how can you utilize the feathered airstrikes from Hani, and then Foul on the Harith is going to take a while. Honestly, you just got to kind of buckle up and wait for this, because you don't have much other damage until Rina even gets, you know, maybe her 3rd or 4th item, because you don't have an entryway into the objective. So right now it's Cambodia controlling this space around the map, and I expect them to actually take the space around this 3rd turtle too once it comes up in about 15. And I don't know if Malaysia should really fight for it, if they should just push for more space. They did get that turret though. They put the work in up top. They got the tier 1. So they open up the map a little bit here. If they can make a play in the mid, they might go ahead and swing things in their favor. But Cambodia sees what's happening. They're going to push that tier 1 up top as well.
Oh no, there's the Infernal Pursuit. I think that's what's making it really hard also for Malaysia to come in. The Infernal Pursuit gets reset every single time when you try to go in for these 3-man rotations. Feathered Airstrike is up.
Oh, again, Moshi leading the charge. They're going to jump in. Tagami as well. Oh, no, Hani's gone. But Rina got the turtle, but they're going to desperately try to stay together, but they'll lose this fight. Shah on the run, already down. Tsunami Slam, bringing Shah back. She'll fall. Rina will pick up a kill on Yui. They traded out 3 for 1, and the turtle goes to Malaysia. So, again, keeping things at even for now between Malaysia and Cambodia.
You can see their movements. They kind of want to make sure that their lanes are farmed up well. So far it's Moshi here on the Phobius that already got in the kills. So right now it's Bao Bei, the one
Oh,
leading, of course. But AOG,
oh, what an AOG and the unbreakable from Yuki. A great timing and a response there. That Mount Shocker really helping once again with that little bit of stun. Traction Pulse going to be used. Feathered Airstrike, dropping down Bao. She should be okay. They really want this turret. They're going to lose space up top, though, too. You have Fafao working on the tier 2. They send Moshi to go deal with her. I'm not sure if she'll be able to push her completely off. It looks like that turret was at half health or below. So right now, Malaysia playing the macro game here.
I'm actually curious how much gold Fafao has at this point, right? That this is what they were playing around with also
Yeah.
in the first day of the qualifier. So playing around Fafao, and I think at this point she's playing the Harriet like she's playing the Moscow. So just making sure those side lanes are cleared out. She gets the farm up the minions as well.
Oh!
Oh, AOG!
AOG again, Unbreakable will be able to find too. Yui's gone. There's the flick from Moshi though. She's still going to be alive now. Fafao, Joe to the fight, a lot of damage on Elan as she is gone. Another trade though. Malaysia this time favored with a 2-for-1.
Yeah, but this time the gold lane, their side laners are farmed up pretty well. They have to take note of Fafao as well. They haven't gotten any pickoffs on her. She's been freely farming up top, now down bot. So there's a certain timer, I would say, here for Malaysia. This was the exact same thing that happened also in the first day. So once Fafao was online, they just rampage. They just stepped on the gas up against
Yep.
Cambodia and they were able to win the game. But Cambodia's still not out yet. They've shown a very strong early. Now they kind of have to close this game.
Oh, Bao had to flicker, so she burnt that. That was the whole plan. They started up the lore. They had it at half health. They pulled off with it. Land does get a Divine Glaive. Yui
wait.
gonna jump in. Tsunami Slam again. Purify gonna be used. Shaw now taking the brunt of damage. AOG right into 3. Will pull off the Unbreakable. Yui's gone. Shaw could be next. Yuki in trouble. She doesn't have the Revitalize just yet. She falls. Moshi taking the brunt of the damage. And it's Cambodia that wins that fight. They're gonna go for the reset. They might be able to delay this out. I don't think they can commit to the Lord here.
Yeah, they can't even take down Moshi just yet. There's the pokes from the Kimi, which is making it extra hard here for the side of Malaysia to go in for the full burst on Moshi. Right now up top though, Bao Bei, she doesn't have the flicker here.
Bao doesn't have the flicker. They're going to chase her down. They know, and they shut her down. And now the rest of Cambodia trying to answer up top. Hanny also waiting patiently there. She has the Feathered Airstrike. She could push them off so Cambodia knows they're down 1. It's their gold laner. Do they approach this? Do they want to contest? They still have great damage, great setup
They have
potential.
to.
Right now, they might just have to. Again, Fao's going to go ahead and start with this Lord. It's about half health. They could just decide to go for this. They're going to pressure it in already. Zaman Force going to be dropped down. Rina will get the Lord. And Moshi finally shut down.
Oh, but Tagami.
Jumping on in. Tagami popping the beats, but she'll have to back off. Right now, Malaysia, they won that fight.
Wow, that was I think they really had to go for the Lord, right? They were baiting for somebody to go in, Yue or Moshi. And once Moshi went in, there was that extra swing from the Lord to add up to all of the bursts that Malaysia had. They were able to get the shutdown gold plus the Lord. So that was a win for the side of Malaysia. That's why you see Cambodia kind of respecting that, backing away from that very moment after Moshi was bursted down. You see the Lord is already marching up top as well. So this is the time as well for the side of Malaysia to kind of ease the pressure that Cambodia has been putting out since the start of this game.
Okay. We'll see how Cambodia decides to go ahead and answer this, because it is only that first Lord. They should be relatively okay. They have decent clear too. They're going to lose the tier 2 turret in the mid. Lord takes the one up top that was worked on by Fao earlier on. Look at Tagami. She might go for that back play if they can. Feathered Airstrike going to be dropped down. Oh, you laid gone, and there's Tagami. She jumps in for Hani, but doesn't get her. Wings by wings on out. 2 down for Cambodia. Lord takes out that top base turret. This is a little bit of an opening here for Malaysia. They know they have the numbers advantage, and they look for more. Tagami has to go to clear in. They're going to jump in anyway. Shaw jumps in right for Bao, but Bao will take her out. They're going to drop down the Diamond Force. Yui jumps on out. They only have that one minion. They might want to just call it off and back out. Hani leading the charge down that mid lane. And then Cambodia able to defend.
Yeah, it's difficult to force that situation. Hani does not have the Purify, so once she gets caught in, the wave clear might not look so great. The burst damage from the back lines is something that they were looking for. 10-10 is the score. And speaking of, it's actually Rina up on top right now with the most gold earned. Even though it was a rough start, she actually racked it up to 613 right now for her KDA. And so far, her positioning has been really pristine here in this game. Most of the time, she just goes in for the final kill, playing the Shin like how an assassin is supposed to be played like. But right now, one
Yeah.
mistake from either teams can actually cost them this next Lord. 35 seconds, 33 seconds before it's up.
Yeah, I would still say Cambodia's in a good position to contest the lore that comes up. I think the main part is them kind of juggling around the fact that they got to work through 2 purifies, potentially, because that's what we've seen when Yui's jumping in, and she's not able to get the she tsunami slams, but there's a purify, then unfortunately you can't get that setup you were looking for. So maybe Cambodia approaches the next objective where they try to get the purifies out and not overly commit to the fight, like just let's get the resources down and then reset, like have a soft reset and then go for it. The problem is, again, positioning for them. You can see the Lord is started up right now by Malaysia. It's already, what, half health, less than half health.
Yeah, they should be able to take this.
Wow.
Yeah, super
They just
fast
took it
though.
quickly.
Yeah. Immortalities are starting to come through here as well. I think for Sha and Yuki, they know very well that they're going to be the first ones in this team fight. And now here's the problem coming out from Cambodia. They have the damage, but the one that goes in most of the time is Moshi. Okay, that's one problem that Malaysia has to deal with. The second one is Yue, but they kind of have that contained as long as they have the purifies, right? So now it has to be a selected target here for Cambodia, either not Hani or Fafao. But what other choice you have left? It's only Rina, right? It's not Sha or Yuki that you want to take in. So they have the damage, but they gotta defend up against this Lord first. Marching up top here, they should be able to take in the inhibitors. But she flickers out that one.
Mashi! Oh, Mashi flickers out. She goes down anyway. Feathered airstrike to gain space. And the Tagami jumping in on the back line. She does find Hani, gets the wings by wings. Fafao could be in trouble. She goes in, has the shield, takes out Tagami. And now it's only 2. A base nearly down, and it looks like Malaysia will just go for the win. They'll take game 1 in the best of 3.
Wow, that on button, like what I said, they just had it, they clicked it. Most of the time, it does come in the form of